Do you ever get the craving for a giant, delicious burger? I've got you covered yet again. My name is Chef D Malfi, and welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. Today, I'm going to make you a delicious dinner. We are making chickpea burgers with shiitake bacon. Yes, you heard that right. I'm going to make bacon with shiitake mushrooms, top it on top of a delicious chickpea burger. Everything is made from scratch, and it is going to be amazing. How do I know? Because I made it last night for dinner just to make sure it was perfect for today. So let's get into it. First thing that I want is to actually make the chickpea burger patties. These are really important. These are super delicious. They are nutrient dense, packed with protein and micronutrients like iron and calcium. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start with some chickpeas, which are right here. All right, so I want some chickpeas. I'm going to use a can, all right? Make it easy for yourself. This is a can of chickpeas. It's a 15-ounce can. This is what I'm using. These are organic chickpeas or garbanzo beans. They go by different names. I absolutely love these. I want to make sure that you're going to get organic because you can really actually taste the difference between, I think, beans that are organic versus conventional, especially the canned variety. But the choice is ultimately yours. You're going to spend a little bit more money on the organic, but they're really, really good. So drain these. Drain them and rinse them. You can remove 30% of the sodium. That's a really great fact for you. All right, so I have these in my bowl. Let's do like an overhead cam so you can follow along with me, right? I have them in a bowl and I'm going to use a potato masher, an old-fashioned masher, and I'm just going to give these a good mash. Now, if you're wondering, can you do this with another type of bean, like let's say white beans? Kidney beans, black-eyed peas. Yes, 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 and yes. You absolutely can. You can make it your own. I like using chickpeas or garbanzo beans, though, because they have a really meaty quality to them. All right? And they're neutral in flavor. Unlike the black-eyed pea, unlike the kidney bean, that actually has a different flavor profile that doesn't actually go with all spices and ingredients. So garbanzo beans are going to be your friend on a plant-based or vegan diet. They are staples in our diet here at home. Danny and I eat them all the time. Chickpeas are great in lots of different applications, but I especially like making meatballs, burgers, things like that with chickpeas. Yum, yum. All right, so I'm giving them a good mash. I'm not going to make them a puree, but I just want to make sure that they're mashed up enough that it starts to kind of resemble ground meat. Let me show you. Yeah, you with me? Kind of looks like ground chicken or ground white pork, right? Yum. All right, let's put this aside. Now, the other ingredients I'm going to make in a food processor, I'm going to actually blend up together. You can do this by hand, but it's much easier to do it in a food processor. So I'm going to do it right here in my Ninja. I want to add 1 carrot. I've peeled it, and I'm just helping the food processor out. I'm going to throw that right in. I'm also going to add 2 cloves of garlic. Really important to add some garlic. I need some more room here. Garlic is going to add a ton of flavor. And I want to activate the allicin in the garlic. Now, allicin is spelled A-L-L-I-C-I-N, and it is the antifungal, antibacterial property in garlic that makes it really healthy. And in order to actually activate this property, you have to squish it. You have to like literally whack it like with a knife like I just did, and you actually activate it that way. So throw 2 cloves of garlic right in. Now, the other thing that I need is half of a red onion. I love red onion, all right? Now, nature is going to indicate to us what the most nutrient-dense foods are. And one of the keys that nature is telling us is if something is potent in color, it is going to be potent in nutrients. That's a great tip to remember when shopping at the farmer's market or the market in general at the grocery store. Try to buy and fill your basket up with a ton of colorful ingredients, especially produce. Now, this red onion is just jam-packed with antioxidants. That's what makes it super delicious and super healthy. And again, I'm helping the food processor out, so I'm just going to rough chop it. This is going to ensure that everything in the food processor blends up pretty evenly. And that's it, all right? Let me just chop this up in my Ninja. I hope this works. It works. You might need to shake it, or in your case, if you're using a food processor, go around the blade with a hard spatula, something like this. Do it again. That looks just fine. So we just want it to be like chopped up, right? Kind of grated. You can grate this with a cheese grater, food grater, that works too. But this is going to be super fast. All right, so I have everything here. Let me just go in and grab everything with a spatula. And for the rest of this burger patty, we're gonna add the ingredients right to this bowl of chickpeas, now the onion, carrot, and garlic. Woo, that onion, making me cry. Making me cry. All right, here we go. Next, I can't even see the next thing. All right, the next thing I need is a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna use organic sprouted white wheat flour. This is from Thrive Market. You can use regular all-purpose flour, but why not try whole wheat flour, or even better yet, sprouted wheat flour, white wheat flour. It's gonna give you a lot more fiber. It's gonna be really, really delicious and flavorful as well, okay? Now I'm also gonna add my flavor agents and a little bit of glue. And in this case, our glue today is going to be tahini and not sesame seed paste. Just grabbing everything from my masher. I'm gonna put my masher aside. So I want my tahini, which is right here. I'm gonna use tahini in a lot of different plant-based and vegan recipes because it kind of does act like that glue. It's really, really good for you too. We used it yesterday. In just 2 tablespoons of this tahini paste, you're gonna get 8 grams of protein. That's a whole lot, all right? The reason it's so high is because seeds are known to be high in protein. So I always say the birds have it right, all right? The birds have it right, and you want to follow suit. You want to get as many seeds into your daily diet as possible. Those are sesame seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds. All of these are super fair game and really good for us. Tons of protein. All right, so that's my tahini. You can either make this in a food processor or buy it, and I love the Trader Joe's organic tahini. There you go. All right, now I want my flavor agents. I need my spices. I'm going to use cumin. I'm also going to use smoked paprika. So I'm going to grab both of them here. I'm going to start with the cumin, right? This is a warming spice. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of this. That's the end of my jar. Make a note, put it on the grocery list. Got to get cumin next time. All right, the next thing that I need is smoked paprika. This is so great and so necessary for a burger. You know, when you grill up a burger and it gets that smoky flavor, well, in this case, we're not going to put these on the grill. We're going to actually start them on a saute pan next to me and finish them in the oven. And one of the ways to get that smokiness without having to put it on a grill is smoked paprika. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of this, 2 teaspoons of this. That's going to add a smoky flavor and aroma. And then of course, salt. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of sea salt and then a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. Really important. Again, if you can't have salt, some of you are viewers here are maybe whole food plant-based. Good for you. I love it. You can actually opt in for using dried kelp as your salt substitute. Fantastic. It's going to give you a ton of iodine. Hey, and if you have any questions along the way, I can see who's here. Hello, everyone. Write your question right in the comment box, and I would love to get to you. All right, so that's everything. That's the burger patty. Now, I'm going to mix this together, and you're going to see that it's very sticky, and it's very chunky, all right? It's so good, too. Did I mention that already? It's very good. All right, so just kind of mix this up. And then I like to form my patties with a gloved hand. So I'm going to add a glove to my hands here and form my patties. But while I'm forming my patties, I'm going to get my saute pan ready. And you know what? I had to make these ahead of time because this is a multi-step process. So from here on out, I'm going to walk you through it by talking you through it. In our saute pan, we're going to make the shiitake bacon. So let me show you the size of the patties before we move on. All right. So the first step is you're going to make 4 patties. Let me grab a little plate here. 4 patties is what this will yield. And I'll show you how big they should be. Really just kind of visually look at your mixture here and think, okay, how much can I use in each to get 4 even pieces or patties? And that, my friends, is a chickpea burger waiting for the saute pan. So that's it. You're going to make 4 of these. Now let me talk you through the rest of it. Really, oops, I just got burger all over my computer. Sorry about it. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to add 1/4 of a cup of grapeseed oil or avocado oil right to a pan here. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to save this for my shiitake burger. And then you want to cook this up 3 to 4 minutes per side, all right? Then once it's cooked up, you can actually put this into the oven. Put all of the patties onto a sheet tray that's lined with a piece of parchment paper, or better yet, sustainable silk pat, which I absolutely love. Put them down on your sheet tray, put them into the oven, 400 degrees, and let them bake for about 20 minutes. And this is gonna bake them all the way through. So I have mine pre-baked and ready to go, and I'll show you in just a second. Let me put this aside, and now let's get to the chickpea bacon. Excuse me, let's get to the shiitake bacon. We're not making chicken bacon, shiitake bacon, so yum. So I have my shiitake mushrooms here. All right. And these are wonderful mushrooms. These are super duper nutrient packed. These are really good for us. These are going to add a ton of antioxidants to our daily diet. They have a ton of micronutrients within. Really important to get a lot of different varieties of mushrooms in your daily diet. Very, very good for you. So I'm going to grab a little paring knife here, and I'm going to slice these pretty thin. And the cool thing about these mushrooms, or any mushroom, is that you really don't need to wash these with water, right? You can actually just simply take a kitchen towel, a dry kitchen towel, and wipe them clean. And you know that it's clean when it has no dirt and nothing, right? Looks pretty clean to me. You do not want to rinse these with water because mushrooms are nature's sponges. And when you do that, you're going to actually absorb all of that water into the shiitake mushroom or portobello or cremini, whatever you're using. And then all of those other spices that you'll add here just in a second, it will not really take. You're not going to be able to sort of taste all the spices that you're going to add because it's going to be waterlogged. So really don't be weirded out by this. Just wipe them clean with a dry towel. As long as there's no dirt or soil, you're good to go. So I've got my thinly sliced mushrooms. Grab them and put them in a bowl. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the spice mixture right to these, all right? So first thing that I want is a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm going to use, again, 1 teaspoon this time. And then I'm going to also use a pinch of cayenne pepper. This is going to give our bacon just a little bit of a heat, but not like overwhelmingly so, just enough. It's going to really balance the flavors. Like 3 shakes or so, like little shakes. Good, that's it. Now I want to just kind of mix these up. Oh, I need a little avocado oil too, I forgot that. And 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. Mix these up, and then get your saute pan on, and you want it on like a medium here. Get it on a medium heat. You can see, I'm going to do a full so you can really follow this with me. There we go.
If no oil, can you just use water?
Yeah, if you can't use oil, let's see, what would be the next best thing for you? You could absolutely use water, but I'm just telling you, you may need to add more spices because like I just said, it might be a bit more waterlogged. So keep that in mind. You can actually taste the shiitake mushroom raw before it goes into the pan too if you're using the water version instead of the oil, just to make sure it tastes flavorful enough, all right? But you can see, right, we added that tablespoon of oil and they still look dry. That's because these absorb any liquid, right? So you're gonna put these mushrooms right into your hot saute pan right away. And the pan should be dry. And let that go, just like let it go. Let it start to toast up. It's gonna be so good. All right, now get close by. You wanna get close by the last 2 ingredients. That's going to be sea salt and a little liquid aminos, which I'm using, right? This is Bragg's liquid aminos. Get into it if you're not into it yet. This is a natural soy sauce alternative. It's made from soy protein. It is super salty and it's really, really yummy. You could absolutely use soy sauce if you don't have a gluten intolerance, or if you do have a gluten intolerance and you can't find liquid aminos, you can use tamari. Tamari is actually a different form of soy sauce that doesn't have any gluten. So that would be another great option for you. Hi, Gerald. Good to see you. Hi, introvert. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're watching from Bangladesh. Whoop, whoop. All right, so we've got these down. Meanwhile, I'm going to talk about all the different ways that you can actually build your burger while this continues to cook. You can actually build your burger with an organic tomato, which I'm going to slice up here right now. Put it right there. You can add a little bit of California avocado. I think that you should. It's going to make this creamier and delicious. And add a little bit of fat. It's the good healthy fat. Yum. All right, we will get that ready as well. And then you can also use some delicious red leaf lettuce or a bun. I made homemade buns today, and I wanted to show you that you can actually use the staple recipe from the cookbook. I'm so excited to tell you this. And you can actually make buns from it. So the recipe itself is for a loaf of bread. And that staple recipe is in my August Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook. Woohoo, there it is. Really excited about this. If you want a download copy of this, get yourself one. We'll put the link right here. We are in week 2 and we are in the dinner of week 2. Really cool. This is a month-long recipe cookbook. It's going to give you breakfasts, lunches, dinners, snacks, sweets, and staples. And the staple recipe for my baked bread can be turned into hamburger buns. Really kind of cool. All right, so I'm just kind of making sure that this spice mixture on the shiitake bacon is not burning, but I do want to toast everything. So I'm going to keep this right next to me. I'm not going to walk away. I'm not going to turn my eye. Keep it going. While that's going, I'm going to slice my ingredients for my burger, and I'm going to use some tomato here. Organic, of course. You definitely want organic tomato here in the United States. That's probably great. All right. And then some avocado. Let's see if I can get this out with a serrated knife. I've never done it with a serrated knife. I like whack the seed and pull it out. There we go. That worked. You could also serve your burgers in lettuce wrapped, which I love. Lettuce wrapped is so good. All right, that is ready. I got my tomatoes. Now let's get back to the shiitake bacon. I can tell it's nice and toasty. How do I know? Because I can smell it and I can see it. The color of the shiitake bacon will start to get dark red. Do you see that? Now, what we want to do is we want to add in our liquid aminos or our soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of this, and all of a sudden we're going to like start to deglaze this bacon. A tablespoon. Just let that go. Sprinkle it with a little bit of sea salt. Yeah. Yum. Okay. This bacon, it's done. So yummy. Yes. I'm very excited about this recipe. All right, let me just taste. Danny's like really getting hungry, I can tell. Oh, it's perfect. Yummy. All right, now let me show you my burger and my bun for that matter. Here it is. So we've got our beautiful bun, right? It's got seeds, it's whole wheat, it's really yummy. And then we've got our 2 patties here, really great. Let's see if I can I turn this on? Yeah. What I want to do is actually turn this into a cheeseburger because I love my cheese. So I just turned on my broiler for my oven. And look, I'm going to add some provolone. This is plant-based provolone, you guys. So yummy. This comes from Follow Your Heart. That's the name of the cheese company. And I'm going to take these pieces of cheese. I like to just cut them into triangles. And then what I do is make my triangles look like little arrows pointing out. And you end up filling up the burger. And I just want to melt this cheese right on. So good. Okay, this is going to go right in. I'm going to grab my bun off because that's already toasty. Broil up, baby. Broil up. All right, let's get that on. Now, let's plate. It's time to plate. So I made some purple fries for you because I wanted you guys to see all the different things that you can serve with your burger. These are wonderful. These are purple potatoes. I kept them really thick. I air fried them with my convection oven. I don't have an air fryer. Did you know you don't need one though? You can actually just use the convection setting of your oven, and it is actually way better than your air fryer. I'm sorry, people that have air fryers. Whatever your jam is though, make it work for you. All right, I'm gonna add, let's see, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it right in front of you so you can really kind of watch how I build my burger. Add my avocado first to the base. And I'm gonna smash this up. Go fork. Kind of smash it up. This is gonna be like the mayo, right? But it's avocado instead, yum. Some juicy red organic tomatoes, yum. Some lettuce. I have some beautiful washed lettuce here. And I love using the red leaf. It's my absolute favorite, so good. I do the core of the lettuce on the base and then the fluffy, lettucey, like ribbony kind of part on the top. This looks fantastic. Now we need some chickpea burger, but the first thing that I'm gonna do is, before the burger, is just finish off with a little bacon. And I want a ton of this bacon. I want it really going. All right, keep going, keep going. Not quite there. The cheese is not quite bubbly or melty, but I know that it's happening. It's happening very quickly. Here's a question, please. This comes from Kelly Jones. What's the consistency of the bacon, crispier or softer? It's definitely on the soft side. You can make this crispier though. Kelly, if you want, the way to do it is to complete the task in the saute pan and then finish them in a broiler just like this, like as you're maybe melting your cheese on top of your burger, or if you're not using cheese, as you're finishing baking the burger for that 20 minutes, you can add the chickpea bacon just to the edge of that sheet pan and then just let it crisp up in the oven. The cool thing about the broiler is that if you have the position right in your oven, it will crisp it up without burning, and it's just gonna sort of like make the whole thing kind of shrivel up and get nice and crispy on the edges. The bacon though, because this is shiitake, it's never going to be like pork bacon, like pig bacon, right? Because it's not going to have all of that salty brine in a meat, in like a protein muscle. So it's going to be on the softer side, but you will get that crispy edge, which is really good. So good. All right, I think my cheeseburger is done. Nope, one more second. One more second. You got to stay with me because I'm going to do a bite. I'm going to do mine lettuce wrap. This is going to be for Danny. I guess he's a very lucky man. I'm going to do mine lettuce wrap though, because I did this last night, right? When I had a bun and I had the whole thing, it was like this big. It was like this tall. It was so good. It was such a large burger that you absolutely like had to like cut it in half in order to get your mouth around it. But because I had a bun last night, I think I'm just feeling like I just want lettuce wrap today. It's lunchtime. It's going to be really lighter, delicious, really flavorful. All right, let me grab it. Yum. Look at this, right? Got the melty cheese. This looks so good. So darn good. That's going to be mine. That's going to be Danny's. Obviously, you can go a little bit more on the melty cheese, but that looks good to me. All right, well, there you have it. An amazing and delicious chickpea burger with shiitake bacon. So yummy. I mean, come on. How could you say no to that? So great. Can I take a little bite before you go? Let me just like make sure it's okay. I'm going to do mine lettuce wrapped. Obviously, it would be too hard to...
Bacon?
I need some bacon in mine. Thank you. Danny's here to remind me I need this bacon. I can't go without. That's what this burger is all about. All right, so I'm going to take my lettuce wrap. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I'm going to wrap it. Here we go. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Mm. Now I'm crying because it's that good. This is so darn delicious. Obviously, you can see the joy in my eyes. This is so darn delicious, you guys. You have to try this recipe. You must, you must, you must. If you want the written recipe, please download the August 2020 Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook. This is so good. I promise you will not regret it. It might take a little bit of effort to get all of the elements complete, but you put this in front of someone, they will never be able to say no to something just as beautiful as this. So I really hope that you like it. If you try it, let me know that you tried it. If you changed the recipe at all, let me know how you made it your own. I really love to hear from you guys. Thank you everyone for being here, for spending your afternoon or your evening with us. I appreciate you guys so much. Please come back for more tomorrow. Tomorrow's our snack day. We are gonna make a cashew pesto toast. It is so darn good. I'm gonna showing you how to make cashew ricotta with cashews. It is so easy. You will not even believe how good it is. So I'll see you then. And until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.